New intro, who this? Greetings and salutations, my General Hospital fans. No, I'm just kidding, that's just Albert. Hey guys, I'm DC. Welcome to the Soap Sake Show, where all soap lovers are welcome. This is our General Hospital weekend review. Bye Luke Spencer, guys. Let's get right into this video, guys. Now, I'm not too big on New Year resolutions, but if there's anybody I would say that would have to make one in Port Charles, it would first have to be Tracy Quartermain. Tracy needs to make one, honestly. I was watching it this week and I was just thinking like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she still has that same scheming spirit like she always does with Tracy. I'm like, you know, it's been so many years, sis. You still got that spirit on you. All the other vets have grown, you know what I'm saying? They've all grown. And I want to talk about Tracy and Brooklyn's relationship. To me, it gives off like mother-in-law who does not think daughter-in-law is good enough for her son. Like, it's almost like she's always feeling like Brooklyn is up to something, which I get it. Brooklyn has done some things in the past that have not been the most savory for her character, but I feel like she's grown since then. And with Tracy, but then again, I'll look at it this way. People will always continually look for in other people what they first see in themselves. So if she's constantly feeling like people are scheming, it's because Tracy herself is scheming as well. And I don't know, I just feel like, well, you know, as a grandmother, don't get me wrong, I know Brooklyn has done some questionable things in the past, but I'm like, this is your granddaughter. Like, is there any kind of affinity or love? Like, do you even like her? You know what I'm saying? Any kind of capacity? And when I was watching it, all I could just think to myself is, man, like, if I had a grandmother like Tracy Quartermain, who needs enemies? Honestly, who really needs enemies if you have a grandmother like Tracy Quartermain at this point? See, Tracy, she got what was coming to her when she got arrested at the Metro Court. She's just walking around like she wasn't a fugitive, like there wasn't charges, you know, and a warrant out for her arrest. She got what was coming to her because what she did to Alexis was pretty messed up, honestly. And that's what I'm saying. It's like she's still scheming. And I felt bad for her because she lost Luke, quotation mark, lost. And I'm still wondering if Luke, is like Luke really even dead? This is a question I'm wondering, you know? Apparently Victor was the one that seemed to have Luke neutralized or killed or whatever in that cable car accident in Austria. But I'm kind of wondering, is Luke really dead? I mean, I know Anthony Garrett is never coming back to GH. He's done at this point. He's done. I get it. But like the character of Luke in terms of the storyline development, is Luke still alive? Is something I'm wondering. You know what I mean? And it's just something to just distract everybody in a sense. Because I'm wondering, did Victor really have Luke killed to have Laura distracted, or did he just attempt or make it seem like Luke was killed to have her distracted? That's a question we're asking ourselves this week, isn't it? It's good to see Laura's growth and her involved in the storyline. It's good to see her, Bobby, Felicia, a couple other the vets involved in storylines. And it's interesting how she mentioned her wedding to Luke. Soap Twitter was going ablaze about that, which I have to agree. I did not like what their legacy was based on. I don't think now the writers will ever re-explore that legacy of Luke and Laura. Not saying like, when I say re-explore, I don't mean necessarily putting them back together, but like glamorizing it like they did for so long. I don't think they would now. We're in a different generation, different time. People are not feeling it like the way they used to. They wouldn't. Just all because of the basis of how Luke and Laura met and, you know, her marrying her rapist. It just, you know, it wouldn't work for today. Yeah, it worked back then apparently, but it wouldn't work today. Quick aside, I feel like Chase is like the new Ryan Lavery of GH. You know, he's really having Brooklyn's back. I'm happy to see Chase really be that support system for Brooklyn. And I'm tired of everybody seeing Brooklyn as just like this evil person. I can't wait till the truth comes out, and I feel like this is going to be the character redemption storyline for Brooklyn, because she's done a lot of questionable things in the past, including sleeping with Dante while he was married to Lulu. But I feel like now Brooklyn has really grown, and she's grown on me. She's really grown on me as a character. Okay, so next on the list here is Britt and Austin. That is just a big question. They're obviously trying to test these two guys. It's like a chem test, as they call it, with these two. I just feel like after Austin dropped the lawsuit against the Quartermains, it seems like the writers don't know what to do with this character. You can always tell when the writers are like not sure what to do in a storyline. You can always tell. And it's not necessarily because you're confused, because sometimes you can be confused for the sake of the story they want you to be, but it's like you're confused because the writing is confused, if that makes sense. There's no clear direction with where exactly it's going. Next on my list is Esme and the teen scene. The thing is with Esme, and I've said this before in past videos, what is Esme's endgame? Every villain needs a somewhat of an obvious endgame. It's been months and I still don't know what is Esme's endgame. What is her beef with Ava exactly? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know, is your father, you know, Ryan Chamberlain? Is it Silas Clay? Like, I don't I don't understand. Silas Clay would make the most sense to me, but I feel like that would just be so far out there. But who knows at this point, honestly. But she needs a proper endgame. Like Peter, the reason why people hate Peter so much is that as a villain, he hasn't met his maker yet. Every villain comes on, causes havoc, and they leave. He hasn't left yet. It's been years. He still has not left yet. And I understand Wes Ramsey's on contract, but you could just always kill Peter off and have another twin of Peter's come on the canvas, which is the good twin. Or there has to be some type of character redemption. You can't constantly keep having this. It's the reason why with Albrecht, they at some point had to change and redefine her character. Same with Britt, in order for you to last on the canvas, or else the canvas will get tired of you. It's the same with Stefano DiMera on Days. He was always that great villain, but he would come on for a little bit, cause some trouble, or if he would stay on for a long time, they would find some way to neutralize out his character so he could work on the canvas for that time being. And if he was going to be on for a short time, he would cause like a whole bunch of hell in Salem and then leave. That's how this works. And I don't know if people really are understanding that or not. You know what I mean? That's why I'm just trying to figure out what did Ava do to Esme's family. But it's getting to the point where like I don't know if I'm even invested in that anymore. Speaking of which, in the teen scene, I want to talk about Trina and Spencer. I do love Trina and Spencer together. I love them as a couple. I love that they're being paired up together. But something that was really hard for me to like swallow was like Ava trying to play matchmaker. I'm all for forgiveness as an individual. I'm a very forgiving person, but I can forgive you and still want you to stay the hell away from me after that. I just find it weird that someone who was a part of getting my car blown up with the intention of me being in it, then trying to scare my daughter with the audio recording of the other person who murdered my other daughter. I don't know if I would be trying to set them up with somebody. That was a little weird for me. I know the Sabrina fans, y'all love it, but that seemed a little weird to me. She's a Jerome. I don't know, that seemed questionable to me. I could see her supporting Trina and say, hey, you want to be with Spencer, but then wanting to play matchmaker, and then Spencer is still talking trash to you in your face. It didn't really make sense to me, honestly. It didn't make sense. I don't know if anybody would do that in real life. I wouldn't be trying to set up my stepchild, being that they're grown, knowing they try to blow me up. Maybe in 10 years from now, but that... I couldn't see myself doing that. I just couldn't. I couldn't, for me, personally, I couldn't. You know what I mean? Ava's a better person than me, I guess. And my whole thing is Sonny was also super pissed about Spencer trying to scare Avery like that, which is also his cousin. And I wish they would have explored more of that, but I think that went as far as it can go because Sonny's got the whole Nixon Falls aftermath / fallout to keep him busy right now at this moment. And speaking of that, Carly calling Sonny an accomplice to Nina was the lowest of the low blow, because that's not even true. I get that she's upset, but like, that's not even true. And I felt like he was in a difficult position. So now at this point, you're all constantly saying Nina is the reason why your marriage isn't working. Now it's on you. Now you're the reason why this is not working. Because I think you've given this woman enough power as it is over your marriage. And instead of saying to Sonny, because I mean, if I was Carla, I'd be like, you know, listen, I understand. You know what I mean? I'm not happy about it, and I would love to see the struggle within that. But now she's just blowing it up out of proportion. And that's why Sonny didn't come home that night. You know what I mean? Like, and it makes me happy that Phyllis told Nina the truth, that she was just being delusional. She used to stay away from Sonny, because let's be real, we all have that one friend in our lives where we try to tell them like, listen, y'all, you need to stay away from this or stay away from that, and they don't want to listen, and you just have to give it to them real. You know what I mean? Now, if you have people in your life where you can't keep it real with them, stay away from them now. It's gonna be trouble now. It's gonna be trouble. Because I was happy that Phyllis wasn't constantly co-signing this. You know, she should have had this type of answer for Nina, but I think as Nina, she wanted to be a support system in the past. She didn't want to seem unsupported, but now Phyllis is looking at Nina like, yo, like, you're about to walk into something that if you go into this, you're not gonna be able to get out of it. And I advise you to stay out of this, as anybody would do. Let them work it out. I'm in love with Mike. What do you mean, Phyllis? I'm so happy Phyllis just kept it real because, and I want to see more of the character of Phyllis. I don't want her to just be this just sounding board for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I want to see more of her. I got a feeling she's Portia's mom, so I'm kind of waiting for that reveal. That would make a lot of sense. But give her something spicy. Maybe a love triangle between her. Oh, God, what's Kirsten's father's name? I don't remember that man's name. Marshall, and Epiphany. Grown folks can be in love triangles too. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I would be here for it. I would be here for seeing that. I mean, I don't know if it's the actress's decision to have this role that she's been like the supporting actress role on GH, but Epiphany killed it on Night Shift. And so I'm like, why don't they give her more of a meaty storyline? She's been on the show for so many years. Or is she just supposed to be the Carlotta of the show? You guys remember One Life to Live. Epiphany can give some of that material. I feel like Sonia Eddy can do it. So I don't know why they haven't explored that yet. I don't know personally. I don't know. That's just me personally. But, you know, I'm glad that Phyllis told Nina the truth. Because Nina needs to stay out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've already caused enough damage. But you know, there's some people in life, I don't ever want to say some people love drama, but there's some people that are attracted to danger. And I think there's a part of them that thinks they can escape the downside of what that danger will be. But I don't, and I think Nina's one of those people. She thinks she can escape it. Like, you know, yeah, I know he's married, but I'm so in love with him. How do you think this is going to go, sis? How do you think this is going to go? All of Port Charles is not rooting for you. And the other two people in Port Charles that have your back, the other two women, are Albrecht and Britt, and they don't have the best reputation in town. They're reforming themselves, but they don't have the best reputation in town. So, you know, if I was her, I would just keep that in mind, honestly. Me personally. I'm gonna talk about how with Sasha, she was in the scene putting on the lipstick in the bathroom in Crimson, and it just gave me Tess from One Life to Live vibes. I don't know if that was anybody else.
Hey, baby. I'm here. It's me, Tess.
Just me? Because every time when Tess came out, there was always somehow some lipstick and a mirror nearby. So like whenever she became best, there was always a pair of glasses nearby. Just so happened to be nearby. You know what I mean? It was giving me Tess from One Life to Live vibes. It really was. I was low-key expecting Sasha to go, I'm not Sasha anymore. I'm Tasha. I swear to you, I was waiting on it. I was waiting on her to say something like that. You know what I mean? But I get it. Honestly, I do think Sophia Madison could kill that. She could kill that if she did. I really think she could. She could kill it. I really do. I really honestly believe that she could kill it. So, you know, they're not going to go that route, I don't think so. I think we see enough DID storylines, but I think if she went that route, she could totally kill it. But anyways, guys, this is my GH review. Bye-bye, Luke Spencer, guys. Also, guys, I am working on a Days, I think it's like Best and Worst Couples with Albert Bostic. Probably going to do some polls on Twitter as well for that. A lot of people reached out to me on Twitter about doing collabs with them, but guys, just hold off for a second, all right? Let me just get this done, Albert. We go figure everything else out down the line. All right? But anyways, guys, this has been my GH review. Bye-bye, Luke Spencer. It feels good being back and doing some reviews. I haven't done it in a while. Honestly, it's because of the fact that with New Year's and the holidays, there wasn't really much to review. And on top of that, I was just so busy. So I hadn't really had the time to sit down and watch the soaps, but I did have the time to sit and do some skits because I could do that from anywhere and anytime. That makes sense. So let me know what some of your guys' thoughts about this week. And how do you guys feel about them killing off Luke Spencer? I personally was okay with it. But I want to know. I always like to hear from the other side of the fans we don't hear from, such as the Sona fans, you know what I mean? Because you know this is a Sona channel. We ship Sona on this channel now. Y'all know that, right? Now it's cool to be a Sona fan all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden it's cool. But I was there in the beginning, all right? When no one else would stand up for those Sona fans. I was there and I took a stand for those Sona fans back in the day. When they didn't have a voice, I gave them a voice. I was me. I gave them a voice.
My name is DC Soap Sanctuary, and I
You know
approve
why?
of this
'Cause Nina
message.
is better for Sunny. She is. Now, granted, I don't like how she's trying to, you know, meet Sunny's married now, but Carly's an enabler. Carly doesn't challenge him to be a good man. She just enables. She enables the men in her life. Tony Jones, Jason Morgan, Son Corinthos, Johnny Zaccara, Franco Baldwin, Todd Manning. She's an enabler. Lorenzo Alcazar, Jasper Jax. Jax was the only person I felt like that brought out a better side of Carly, but the problem is I feel like that's not who the woman Carly wanted to be. She likes the danger. She does. She likes it. She likes the danger. She likes it all, and that's why she's still in it. But guys, this is my review for the week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. This has been Soap Sanctuary. I'll see you guys in the next one.